Hey everybody, what's going on? Hope you're having a good weekend. I know it's almost over and Monday is creeping up on us, but I hope you've gotten some rest and relaxation and getting prepped for the week. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you very much. I appreciate your time that you spend and helping support my channel. Without you guys, I really would be doing this for nothing. If you are new to the channel and you haven't watched before, welcome. I hope you find what I do interesting or informational or educational, or at least entertaining. Hopefully one of the above and not none of the above. I really hope you enjoy what you see here. That being said, I just wanted to go over real quick what I've been doing this weekend. If you are a subscriber or have watched the channel for any amount of time, you know that I just recently switched from Arco Linux, which is an Arch-based distribution, to Void Linux. After doing my long-term review on Void, I just liked it so much and I was about due for a fresh install, so I thought let's give it a shot. But that being said, along with a fresh install comes with reinstalling programs and getting your system set back up. So what I was doing this weekend was getting my virtual machines set back up. I've run virtual machines for quite some time now. I know most people who run Linux and some on Windows run virtual machines to test different distributions, test software, just to play around in. There's all kinds of reasons you can run them. They're a great tool. But that being said, you got to install them and get them up and going, and so that's what I've been doing. Well, I was normally running VirtualBox when I first started. It was the first virtual program I ran, or virtual client I ran was VirtualBox, and I actually ran Linux Mint to actually get my first taste of Linux. After that, when I switched to Linux, I ran VirtualBox for a while, but then switched to Virt-Manager, KVM, QEMU, whatever. Ran that for a while, and then I found Cockpit, and I ran that. Cockpit is a great tool. If I can figure out how to get it running on Void, I'll probably get that up and going too, but for right now I have Virt-Manager installed on here. But if you want to see something, if we actually open Virt-Manager, you can see I have no virtual machines installed on my system. Well, that is a lie. If we close that out and we open a terminal, let's clear the screen and zoom in, and let's do a virsh, which is virtual shell, list all. And if we do that, you can see I have Endeavor, I have Garuda, I have Linux Mint, and I have Solus installed on my system. Now, the way I've been doing this, instead of installing them via Virt-Manager or VirtualBox, I have been doing everything from the command line this time. To do it from the command line, you basically run a virt install, and then you give it some flags. But if we do virt install and we do --help, this shows you all the different options you have and the different flags you can run. I'm not going to go through all these. There's a ton of them here. Go ahead and check them out for yourself. But you do have the basic main things that you need to run. So I did a virt install, and I did --, and then I did the basics. I have a name, so the name of the system. I have how many CPUs. I have how much memory, the location to the ISO file, the disk size, and the OS variant. And basically, when you run that command, you can run it as sudo, or you can run it as, sudo. You can run it with root privilege or not. I have it run without because I have a script set up that we're going to go over today. So I've done all my installation from the command line, and it works wonderfully. That being said, let's go ahead and jump into the script that I have decided to run with. So if we open up a terminal, sorry, I didn't mean to close that out. Let's go ahead and open up a terminal, and we're going to cd into .local scripts, and if I do an ls, the script we're going to look at today is the vmachine.sh. So if I do a vim vmachine.sh or vmock.sh, all it is basically is an array, and it's an array of all the virtual machines I have installed on my system. And what I do is I create a variable that pumps that array of those virtual machines into dmenu. So this is just basically a dmenu script. So it's going to take this array and it's going to pipe it into dmenu. So I have that set up to Alt Control V, and you can see I have a dmenu that comes up here that has all the different virtual machines on my system. So that's what this choice does here, is it echoes these variables into dmenu. And then I have a second variable here that's notify, that basically runs notify send, and then it says vmachine launcher, which is what I'm calling this, and it says launching choice. So launching whatever choice I pick out of dmenu. So if I launch D menu and I say I want to do Endeavor, it's going to notify send, and I'm going to get a little notification up here in the corner that says launching Endeavor, or it's going to say launching Garuda, or it's going to say launching Mint, or whatever I choose. So after those variables, I have a case statement down here. So basically for choice, if I choose add, it's going to run another script right here that I'm going to go over with you real quick as well. I'll do that in just a minute. It's got quit, which just basically sends me a notification that says no system was selected, and then it exits. I have Endeavor, which is going to send me a notification saying launching Endeavor, and then it's going to VIRSH, which is virtual shell, like I said before, and it's going to start Endeavor. This is the command line command to start a virtual machine from the terminal. If you just do that command, though, you won't get a video. You won't have any visual. So you also have to have a Virt-VIewer installed, and you have to run the Virt-VIewer -- domain name, and then run the domain name, which is basically the name of the machine you're starting. So it would do Virsh start Endeavor and Virt-VIewer domain name Endeavor. So it will launch and get Endeavor running, and then it will open up a window so you can actually see it. And it'll do that for Garuda or Mint or Solus or whichever one you choose. And then once you select Endeavor, Garuda, Mint, or Solus, it's going to open up Alacrity and it's going to execute choice, which is this here. And so it'll launch whichever one. So that being said, let's go ahead and switch workspaces here. We're going to do a Control-Alt-V, which launches my D menu of my virtual machines. And let's go ahead and launch, let's do Endeavor. So we go over to Endeavor, we select that, we hit enter, and we get our little machine launcher launching Endeavor, and we have Endeavor launched. It's booting in, and here we go. Nice and easy. I don't have to open Virt-Manager, I don't have to open VirtualBox and select which one I want to open. It's just real quick, easy, and we are up and running. Just like that, no problems, nice and easy. So let's go ahead and shut down. It's going to take a second here because it was in the middle of doing something, but we're going to shut down. While that's doing what it's doing, let's come back up here, and we'll go to a different workspace. And if we come back over here, remember I said there's another script here for add. Well, if I'm in here and I open up a terminal, let's clear the screen, zoom in, and cd into .local scripts again, and do an ls, this addvm.sh. So when we run the add choice, it's going to run this script, addvm.sh. Well, what that script is, let's go ahead and vim into it. Oops. I don't want to do local anything. I want to vim into, sorry, addvm.sh. So what that is basically is just going to ask for, it's going to give me some prompts and ask for some information, like what distro, what CPU, how much memory, the location, the disk size, and the type of OS. And what it's going to do is it's going to run that virt install command that I showed you. But it's going to take all my input from up here, like the distro, and it's going to do that for the name, how many CPUs, it's going to take my input for how many CPUs, and it's going to do all that, and then it's going to run this command with all my input in it. So that being said, let's go ahead and do that. So let's close this out real quick. And so yeah, so again, once I do a Control-Alt-V, launch my menu here, if I click add, it's going to launch me a terminal. Let's zoom in real quick, and it's going to ask me what distro. Well, let's see, let's do, what do I not have here? Let's do V again real quick. Let's do Pop! OS. I do have an ISO for Pop! OS, so let's do POP-OS. How many CPUs? We're just going to do 2. How much memory? We're going to do 8096. Location of ISO. My location is home, Jake, desktop, ISO, and then it's popos.iso. How much for the disk size? We're going to do 30, and it's a Linux 2020. So we hit enter, and here we go. It's starting to install. Up it goes. It pops that ISO open, and it's going to run through the process. I'm not going to take you through and actually install it on screen because Pop! OS takes a little bit of time to install. At least it did last time, and I don't want to have you guys sit and wait through that boringness. But again, that being said, let's go back over to the script. Basically, I have an array, and when I run the variable choice, it pumps that array into D menu and gives me a list of all my installed virtual machines. Sorry, that's my cat in the background. If you can hear it, I apologize. And then I have a case statement down here that lists out what happens based on the choice. If I choose Endeavor, Garuda, Mint, whatever, and it pops that, it opens up Alacrity, and then it executes that choice in Alacrity and launches that machine. Nice and easy. The only problem I have with it right now is I have to manually edit this array and these options whenever I add a new one. I'm working on a way to get it to automatically update, but I haven't got there yet. I was up late goofing around with stuff. So anyway, that being said, I hope you find this useful, and if you like it, great. It'll be pushed to my GitHub, and my GitLab. Go ahead and take it if you want it, use it, change it, do whatever you need to do. But I hope you found it useful, and I hope you like it. So hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy your week, and God bless.